Hey guys, it's Ande here from IndiePRO, jumping into HotSeat to answer your questions. This next one is from Jay Isaacson. It's a great question. Jay says, hey there, this is more of an overview question on how I might best handle the structure of my music business and therefore the marketing pieces that make it up. I'll have two main areas of my music that I'll eventually offer to the world. Number one, currently when I perform locally in my area, it's me providing music as a service. For example, performing as a singing piano player for private events, from weddings to corporate events and even senior living facilities. The intention is not to build a fan base with these gigs because they're not those types of gigs. And then my second area is, in the future, me developing as an artist, from original music to covers, becoming more of an internet artist on a global basis. At my age, in my mid-50s, I would be using all the techniques and strategies that are found here in IndiePRO. And so, would I be correct in thinking that it would be best for me to set up two different websites and therefore two different sets of socials in order to be most effective with content and advertising for these two different audiences, but especially if time and effort were of no issue with maintaining these? So for me, that last line is the most key to answering this question. I think, number one, what's the difference between your original content and your covers content in terms of style and genre? For example, if your cover stuff is a very specific set, let's say you're playing piano songs from the 60s, but your original content is like full band, different genre, very, very different. I think, number one, that would indicate to me whether you should really start thinking about splitting these up or keeping them in one place. One benefit of keeping them all in one place is obviously you're going to be reducing your costs. Tech stack in terms of like websites, your email client, all of that stuff costs money. And if you have two different sets of each, you're going to be doubling the cost, right? That's number one. So if you could streamline it, you are going to save time and potentially money as well. You're going to be running one set of socials. That takes less time than running two sets of socials. The downside is you are potentially going to be polluting your data if you run it all in one place. The audiences are going to be very, very different. Even if the genre is the same, to be honest. Because, for example, on your original content, you may be running fan finders to cold audience. You may be retargeting to try and get email leads from fans rather than clients. You may be running sales ads to try and sell CDs or other products that you may have. That's very, very, very different than trying to attract clients from a local area who may be hiring you for their events, right? And at the end of the day, if you're polluting all the data into one place, Facebook's not going to really know the difference between the two of them, So you may be serving ads that are selling CDs, for example, to your local leads that you've collected from venue owners nearby who may have hired you in the past. Now, they're never going to buy your CD. They're probably not even going to care that much about your original music. So that leads me to the key bit of this, where at the end you've said, if time and effort were of no issue with maintaining these. If that is the case, then absolutely split them up. If time is not a problem and the extra work is not a problem, I would absolutely split them up into two different areas, two different sets of socials, two different ad accounts. Just completely keep them separate so you can focus half your time on your original content, half your time on getting your covers work off the ground, and just making sure that you're not polluting the data in the middle. So I hope that answers the question, and yeah, stay awesome.